Holy crap, as a massive Bleach fan, that was maybe one of my favorite theater experiences I will ever have in my life. That was so incredible. It was largely adapting manga content. Like, I think there was a lot of new content, but like most of the Yoruichi versus Askin, and then the stuff with the Urahara on top of that was mostly the same. I think the biggest additional stuff is the way they showcase Urahara's movement and everything in that fight was so incredible. Also, the choice to open this movie up with like, or I guess the first episode of this season, with like that dream sequence of Yuha. If you're a manga reader, you know. But that feels so great to start the final core off with that. And then everything that they added with Uryu and Hashwalt is so interesting, because in the manga, that is a very basic fight. Like, the ending is really cool of how it wraps up and all, but like, the fight itself was never anything that special. But man, was it so fun to watch. I was a little bit disappointed with the Vizards. They did get to show off, they've showed off way more in the anime than they ever did in the manga, that's for sure. But they still kind of had to be set aside, as what I expected, because the Gerard fight has like a set 3 combatants that end up at the final, so I knew it was going to end up with them. But largely, I did love the combo attack that the Vizards did, and that was enjoyable. But like, the animation, action, everything was incredible. And then my personal fucking highlight of this episode, which I did not think, I thought the stuff with Urahara was going to be my favorite. But my God, the way they showcased that Orihime scene, with the battle between, well, honestly, them walking up to the castle and her reminiscing on all of her thoughts was really good. But the actual moment and during the fight, her standing up, protecting Ichigo, everything, it's like all of Bleach is like led to that for her character, and it was so emotionally impactful. The way it was changed / extended in the anime was so perfect. This was everything I could have asked for. It does end, if you do go watch this in the theater, just be warned, it does kind of end abruptly. Like, we didn't like end in a very perfect place for this being like essentially a movie. But the episodes themselves, fantastic. They also didn't cut out the God of Thunder title card, which I for sure thought they were going to. Which made me happy, even though that is nothing really important. But like, all of the sequences and everything, and I know there was complaints about, like, honestly, it's been happening all of Thousand Year Blood work about the compositing and whatnot, but in my opinion, it was so well done. This stuff with the gift ball, like, being inside of it, took a little bit to adjust to, but once I got it and understood what they were doing, and they kind of did earlier stuff with that when he used his like poison bath ability, it always like made it like almost that green effect, and they used a bit of that, but overall it works really well. Also, a little bit of spoilers, but Urahara's Bankai, no CGI, or if they did, it was very well done. Just overall fantastic. I will have a full video with all of my thoughts and everything in a little while here as well.